everybody. Kelley from Half Full. We're here again for another Flaunt Your Brand Fridays. And today we have the Granny Squibb Company with us. We have Kelley McShane. She's the managing partner. And she's going to tell us all about the Granny Squibb Company. That's what it's called, the Granny Squibb Company, right?
Yep. Granny Squibb's iced tea, the Granny Squibb Company, Squibbs.
Squibbs. I like Squibbs. I think we should stick with Squibbs. So tell us a little bit about how the Granny Squibb Company came to be.
Sure. So the Granny Squibb Company is based on a recipe by Sally Squibb, who is the founder's grandmother. And she developed the recipe in Saunderstown, Rhode Island in the 1930s, like back before people drank iced tea cold. It was a new thing. And years later, her granddaughter, Robin, decided to start bottling it. So that was about 10 years ago. And she did a great job getting the iced tea into a lot of accounts and big grocery like Whole Foods and Wegmans. And then about 3 years ago, my partner, Nick, and I met her. We actually live in the same apartment building in Providence. And so we met her, we became friends, we learned about the company, and about 3 years ago, we decided to join her.
Amazing. And so how are you doing? And we all know, obviously, COVID has
put
a damper on things. And we talked a little before we started recording, but what is your COVID pivot? Because we've talked a lot about that with everyone that we've talked to on Flaunt Your Brand Fridays.
Yeah, I mean, it's been hard in the food and beverage industry, and we currently have distribution throughout New England, primarily to restaurants and delis, and we do some grocery, but on premise is about 90%. So when those accounts shut down, it was hard for us, but we've really been focusing on our DTC, our direct to consumer sales. So we pumped up our website, we pumped up our social media channels, we have been trying to market in any way we can and just support our community while we all get through this. Because we're a new brand and we're a startup, we really, to have been able to survive this, and I wouldn't say we're thriving, but we're doing well, is really just a vote of confidence for the company and especially the product. And what we're offering is, you know, it not only tastes good, it does taste really good, but it's also really healthy for you. And people are pivoting to looking for organic, looking for vegan, looking for gluten-free, which is all that we are, you know? So it's been good. And also the community support has really been heartwarming. I almost like want to cry about it. There's the, you know, people who are traditionally competitors have just been coming out of the woodwork, and it's beautiful. Like, you know, coffee brands that are buying our iced tea to sell at their booth at farmers markets. It's like, oh, and we added a bunch of our local brands to our website, you know, so that it's a resource for people to go look.
I know you guys have a program that you call If We Can, We Will. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. So If We Can, We Will is a campaign that we started in 2019 in December, before COVID really came to the United States. But essentially it was a way for us to reach out to the community and offer our help, our services, because we realized that, you know, we have, first of all, we have a lot of energy. The whole team, we're like kind of all over the place in a good way.
I can't
and
tell.
like to be involved. But we have, you know, connections to other Rhode Island businesses. We're able to mentor people. We have business knowledge that might be helpful to, you know, college students who are in startups. We really like to volunteer, whether that be, you know, making cookies or wrapping presents or, you know, whatever that may be. And we really wanted to use our resources to help people in non-monetary ways. Essentially, you can go right to our website. There's a tab that says, If We Can, We Will. And you go and you fill out the form. You say exactly what you need, how many hands you need for the day, or what your, you know, philanthropic goals are. We get the application, we review it, and we separate tasks with our team. So this has ranged from literally what I just said, wrapping presents around Christmas or making cookies, but Also, during COVID, putting together food packages for people, because a lot of soup kitchens needed to do to-go meals instead, or, you know, starting an Amazon wish list for Amos House, you know, stuff like that. But it's gone all the way to my partner, Nick Carr, at Women and Infants Hospital. They needed shields for women who were getting sonograms. So between the doctor and the woman. So he created these plexiglass shields that they actually installed in the hospital. So it actually has nothing to do with iced tea. It's just our team, you know, really believes in being a part of the community, and this was our way to do that. We donated a lot of our iced tea to programs that were doing free lunches for kids. So we teamed up with the Ocean House, we teamed up with Amos House, with Eastside Community Action, with the Rhode Island Food Bank, and we've donated over 2,000 cases since.
That's awesome.
So
you guys are pretty special over there at Granny Squibb. At Squibbs.
We love Rhode Islanders, and we love being a part of it.
Rhode Island loves you.
We added 2 different pages. One page is for all local businesses. So we linked up over 130 local businesses directly onto our site, so that people could just come, one-stop shop, look through, see, you know, all local brands. Because also in, you know, March, April, May, and this is a great thing that has continued on, shopping local has been an extremely important part of people's habit. We have a community resources page for resources in the community. So if people are looking for, you know, a place to eat, or toys for their kids, or help with, you know, alcoholism, or what, you know, all of those, or domestic violence, those have all increased, and it's really, you know, scary. So it's great to have a place that people can go to and maybe find information.
So hopefully people watching out there in Facebook and Instagram land will go to grannysquibb.com. That's it, right? Grannysquibb.com.
Yep, grannysquibb.com.
You can order online. There's the community resources. You can apply for help from Granny Squibb. So there's so many things that you're doing to give back, and it's just amazing. And we thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. But I went to the store because I've never tried Granny Squibb's iced tea before. So I'm going to have a live video taste test in front of you. And I joke because my kids were like, what if you don't like it? They're like, turn off the camera and spit it out. But I'm not going to do that because I think it's going to be delicious. So I'm going to try.
That is our Sally's Lemon. And it has 4 ingredients. It's just black tea, mint, water, and then we sweeten it with organic cane sugar.
And isn't this is the original, right? So this is the Granny Squibb's like original recipe, because I read that story about how
she's making on Narragansett Bay.
All right. Okay, we're ready. I'm excited. So that's delicious.
Yay!
Hold on. It's astonishingly delicious.
Oh, hell yeah.
Got you. That's really, really good. My kids are excited to try it too, but I told them they couldn't until I did it on video. But I can attest, this is delicious. It really is. It's good for you, which I love.
It tastes homemade.
It does. It's delicious. Oh, I'm a fan. I'm a fan now, and now a loyal customer.
Awesome. And all of our flavors have unsweetened versions too.
Yeah, I like the sweet stuff. People can get this online. They can get this at their local. Where can they get this?
You can get it at Whole Foods. You can get it at Dave's Marketplace, at any in Rhode Island, Whole Foods throughout New England. We implemented a home delivery service. So you can order directly through our DMs on our social media channels, and we'll deliver it. You can also order it through What's Good and Farm Fresh Rhode Island, which are online farmers markets. So you can go on and find all local farmers, local foods, and they'll deliver right to your home. I don't know if you know this, but, and this has been for 2 years, a portion of our proceeds from our cranberry flavor goes to Save the Bay.
An awesome organization.
They're awesome. We've been working with them since the beginning of the company, and it's important to us not only because the health of our bay and the waters in our state are so important to the health of the state, but it's also the very bay that Granny created her recipe on. So it's they've been very special to us. One thing I'm telling everybody that's been helping us, from bankers to grant givers to just anyone that buys an iced tea at Dave's, we are going to be throwing a really big party where everyone gets a free margarita as soon as this is over. A margarita on us.
I love that.
Person. Once account's open, once it's safe, then we're going to throw a huge party somewhere outdoors and just everyone's invited.
I heard that this is pretty good with gin.
Yes.
And vodka.
It is. When we drink it with gin, we call it a gin squibby.
That's my favorite drink name I've ever heard. What do you call it when you drink it with vodka? It's just vodka and...
Well, so we drink the cranberry sweetened with vodka, and we use RI Spirits vodka, and we call it a Rhode Island iced tea. We have a lot of recipes. We have a lot of recipes.
I bet you do. That's fun. We can partner on. We'll drink them. You can teach us how to make them, and we'll drink them.
Perfect.
There you go. See, Granny Squibbs, everybody. Granny Squibbs.